Good evening. Welcome to Dream and Bone Tarot. My name is Alex, and tonight we are going to take a look at your recent past, your present energy, and the potential outcome should you stay in that energy. This is a general reading, so have an open mind and an open heart when you come in. See what we have tonight. You think flip over? No. Thought it was going to. Give it a nice, good shuffle here. We have the World on the bottom. That's nice. Ten of Wands in your past, the Five of Swords in your present, and the Four of Cups in your potential outcome. Okay. The Ten of Wands in your past energy makes a lot of sense. Tens for me are the end of something. In traditional tarot, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, we see someone approaching their house who has a very large burden of sticks. And that's what I feel for you. You've recently gone through something that felt like a burden. You had a lot of responsibilities you had to take care of. A lot of people were relying on you. And it wasn't something that was small. I feel that it was something very large. Like you were the primary giver, caregiver of something or someone. And we're going to clarify all of these cards, but I want to kind of look and see what the overall energy is first. So that's in your past. And I want to say that it's coming to an end, but I see that you're still sort of thinking about this here because we have the Five of Swords. And swords are thoughts. And I feel that, and fives are also change and transition. So we are still sort of, this is very recent. This is very recent because you're still coming out of it. And I think within months. And of course, it doesn't always take time. It doesn't, healing is not something that can happen overnight, right? It takes time. So it makes a lot of sense that you would still have a lot of leftover energy from this, whatever it is you're taking care of. You probably still are taking care of it. Things just don't go away on their own, right? I mean, you still always are going to have thoughts about something. And in the potential outcome, we have the Four of Cups. And I like that we have Wands, Swords, and Cups. It kind of gives a nice overall view of kind of how this is playing out. So the Four of Cups is sort of like a disappointment, like boredom. It kind of reminds me of the grass. You thought the grass would be greener on the other side, and it was not. But you do have this cup here that's coming in, being given by the universe. So this could be a gift. I think maybe possibly your luck, your so-called luck, is changing, which is nice to see. I'm going to clarify the past energy here, this Ten of Wands, and we'll see what that was about. I got two. We have the Page of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, thank you. I was doing a reading last night, and my guides have a really funny sense of humor. I had a Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and I said it was upright, and it wasn't. It was reverse, and then I to clarify the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in the upright came down, and I heard now it's in the upright, and I had to laugh about that. Anyway, okay, just a little sense of humor that they have. So the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So if I said the Ten of Wands, Ten of Wands. And the Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles. So for me, pages represent, they're sort of like the beginning of something, like the ideas coming in for it, right? So the Page of Swords is she's she's a quick thinker. She's curious. She has a lot of problem solving. She's very logical. Um, the Two of Wands it's a decision, right? It's a decision that has been made. Like you're finally having a breakthrough. Finally, uh, like you had two choices and you've made that choice. And traditionally, we see somebody with the world in their hand, holding a wand. So literally, the world is in their hand. You have great potential here. Then you have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is a very uh, studious, diligent person, right? Like wanting to learn a new skill, like in the start of learning something new. So I think with the Ten of Wands, you have solved whatever this issue was for you, this burden. Either you received help from someone or you have figured out how you're going to fix it. So you're not breaking your back essentially to make ends meet. And you have made that decision and you are sticking to it. So you're developing is what I just heard, developing the necessary skills to get out of this long extended walk that has been nothing but hardship. And this could have lasted for months. This could have lasted for years. And it almost feels like something came out of the blue and you had an idea and you implemented it. You decided, like, I'm going to do this. And you started studying for it. You started figuring out, how can I do this? How can I make the processes to do this? This is great. So let's clarify a little bit further. Let's see what this we can get a little bit deeper with this. We can clarify the Ten of Wands, please, the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, that one right there. I think that's 3. It's 2. Okay, so we have 5s. You have a 5 here, you have a 5 here. 5s are transitions. Coming out of this solitude. But generally, when I think of the 5 of Pentacles, I see people, obviously people that are walking through the snow, and the snow is so blinding that they don't see that their salvation is right beside them. But next to the 6 of Wands, I do feel as though you saw your salvation. You didn't ignore it. I think you actually saw it and you are taking it because You have victory here with the Six of Wands. This is about feeling good, pride. Um, Sometimes I'll associate this with an ego, but that's not the energy I feel for this. This is you are very proud of what you are doing and what you have accomplished. I think that's fantastic. So again, dealing with something like this, being the caregiver, being responsible for so much, and this could be work, home, um, a relationship that you have to carry all the weight for. I mean, in a relationship, you could think that, you know, someone I love is not carrying their own weight, or I have to decide everything, right? And I think now you have decided that I don't have to do this way anymore. I can do it like this. You've implemented it and you are starting the task. You are starting to build this. And you did not shy away from the opportunities that you saw, and you are successful at it. You are being successful at it. So I think that is fantastic. And generally, I would pull a shadow card. Um, but for the past, I don't really feel that is going to be necessary for this set. I think you're coming out of that perfectly. Now we have the Five of Swords, and I can kind of see now where the Five of Swords is coming in because you are still having this doubt. This is someone thinking what they could have done differently after the battle. And it's it's not going to be a right away thing, like I said before, once you come out of something that has been very difficult. You are still going to have thoughts about it. You're still going to have doubt, worry, concern. But five is transitioning out. Okay. And what I just thought about now is that we have the Four of Cups, which is stability. Um, fours are stability. Fours are restoring of balance. I think you are finally going to get this balance back. This is a card of hope as well, saying not all is lost. You have blessings coming in, and I really don't think there's a need for this concern, but we're going to clarify a little bit further, of course. We can clarify the Five of Swords, please. Oh, thank you. So the Seven of Swords, and we have the Fool. Okay, I'm going to get one more card for you. Something else we should hear about the Five of Swords, please. Thank you. Okay. So this is interesting. So the Five of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Fool, and the Eight of Cups. The Seven of Swords can be deceptive. It can be someone who is deceiving, manipulative, right? Who works in shadow, who doesn't want to be seen, who has a lot of secrets. But the Seven of Swords can also be about having a plan and implementing the plan successfully and not being distracted by the people who are manipulative or deceptive, thieves, tricksters, anybody like that. You can see someone is sneaking away with at least one sword here. But I don't feel like this is someone in your environment. I believe that you are not being distracted by anything. That you are being the fool, you're being fearless, you're being confident, you are taking the leap of faith, so to speak. And you've already done that, I feel, because I saw it here. So you're still steadily working on this. I think what's important now is you keep with your plan and keep away from the distractions because that's going to be very important for you. And the Eight of Cups would recommend that you are walking away from what no longer serves you, which sort of kind of lends to the Seven of Swords and how I feel about this. And I like how we have two people walking away and then one person walking in the middle. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing and where I'm going. I am focused, laser, like precision focused. Okay. And you have these two people here that are shying away from the distractions of whatever it is they had going on in the past. So I do see you coming out of this Five of Swords energy, this worry, fear, doubt, concern that you've had in the past. Because again, it's not going to go away on its own. It takes time. But you have great energy here. And I think as long as you stay away from the distractions, I think you're going to be just fine. And you're going to succeed in whatever it is you are doing. Just keep that in mind. And we're going to further clarify, get a little bit deeper here. We have the King of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and can I get maybe one more to clarify the Five of Swords, please? Would be ever so gracious. I said we already have it. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, and in the middle we have the Ace of Cups. And in the center here we have the Six of Swords. Moving on to newer things, and I think we have the Six of Wands right there too. Okay, so sixes, sevens, eights, sixes. Okay, fives, fours. We have ones. The Ace of Cups on top of the Fool, the Queen of Wands. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles underneath the Six of Swords as well. So what I feel here for you is this is actually great. I love seeing pairs uh in tarot. I love when they come out together. It is magical for me. So the Queen of Wands is confident and she has a lot of independence. She's creative, um, a lot of self belief, right? I've always heard that she is sort of a witch in her own right. Um, what I love about the Queen of Wands is I love the sunflower that she's holding. And she has sunflowers on her throne because she is charismatic and she is sexy and she is just this beautiful soul and she knows what she wants and she goes after it, right? She is the queen of fire, very fiery, and maybe you can get a little fiery too. In the middle, we have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is, something that is very fulfilling coming in. So, whatever it is that you are now doing, compared to what you were doing in the past, it felt like a burden. You are loving this. And this could be a relationship. Maybe that's why we have the King of Wands here. Maybe you have someone new coming into your life and you're getting rid of the old person who was deceitful. Like, I don't need him anymore. I don't need her anymore. She was a liar, a cheat, whatever. This doesn't have to be a relationship at all. This is energy. So the King of Wands is also very confident. He's a very passionate king, very passionate. Um, he is a lover, and I feel as though I can't quite say it. He's um not afraid to be himself. Thank you. But there was something else that was right there. He's not afraid to be himself. He knows what he wants. He can go get it. Very regal, commanding. Again, very passionate. A passionate person, passionate lover, passionate king. And when you have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands and the Ace of Cups in the middle, you have a combination there. You have something that's going to be very good for you, I feel, especially if you are looking for romance. Um, I think if you haven't met this person already, when you do meet them, it's going to be fireworks. Like like nothing you've ever experienced, I feel. So I'm actually going to pull a bone card, the shadow cards. I do love shadow work. I think it's very important um, for self improvement, self growth, and I love seeing shadow work and tarot. All right, can we have a shadow card, please, for the Five of Swords, being clarified by all these lovely other energies? What's something that we need to work on with ourselves, or something that we need to be aware of that maybe we don't see? Shadow cards, they're sort of like a brutal, honest truth, things that we would question, that we would never think about. The Wheel of Fortune. I love this. So, when we get the Wheel of Fortune as a shadow card, I have to ask you, why won't you let the universe do its thing? Why are you delaying something so much? Why do you feel as though you don't deserve what is coming in for you? So, what is it that makes you feel not worthy? I mean, there are a lot of things. People have a lot of triggers in the past, you know, things that have happened to them, things that people have said, childhood traumas, and it causes us to not feel worthy. The Wheel of Fortune asks us to recognize what it is that we feel is causing us to believe we do not feel worthy of what the universe is trying to give us. Because I feel like possibly that was a lot of problem in the past. Um, you felt as though you were not worthy of having something better, and you worked super hard for whatever it is you were working for. And I think the universe is coming in and saying, we could have done this in the past, but you could have felt, better about something. So I would get a journal and write it down. Why don't I feel worthy of receiving blessings? And you answer that question, and then you work through it a little bit more. And I think that's really going to help you on your path here to continue creating what you're creating, whether this is love, whether this is a new financial situation, if it's something at work. I think that would be very beneficial to ask ourselves, you know, why don't I feel worthy to receive the blessings I have coming in? Because that can block, the universe from doing its magic, so to speak. All right, so we have the Four of Cups. We have the fives, and now we have a four. Fours are stability. Fours are restoring balance. It can be an attention to detail. So let's see what we have coming in here. I do think this is the universe giving you a gift. Once you work through your shadow work that you have to do there, figure out why possibly you feel unworthy of whatever blessing you're asking for, whatever you're manifesting. Can I please have 2 to 3 cards? 3, please. To clarify the Four of Cups in this reading. What? Thank you. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. So going from the 4 to the 5, well, it's being clarified by the 5. Two more. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So we have the 4 of Cups being clarified by the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. Again, the 10 of Wands, 10, 10. We have 5s, we have 3s, we just have 1 3. Yeah, we just have 1 3. So 5s, 10s, 6, that's another 10. So 10, 10, that could be an angel number for you. We could definitely look that up. I don't know every angel number off the top of my head. So the 4 of Cups. It's interesting to me how we're going from 4 to 5, and we have 1 cup coming in here. All right, there's a lot. I'm feeling very overwhelmed right now. There's a lot that I need to say, and I can't quite say it. Okay, let's slow down. 4 of Cups. So we have, contemplation, boredom, a gift from the universe. But we're still feeling, this sadness that we felt here. Maybe back here somewhere we felt a little bit of sadness that we're still working through. And we have 3 overturned cups, but we have 2 that are still full. Then we have 1 cup here. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I had to stop really quick. I'm so sorry. I had to stop really quick. I had a phone call. Okay. So we have the 4 of Cups that has 1 cup in the middle of it, right? Then we have the 5 of Cups. 2 are still good here. But I think these are blessings. So you have cups coming in. You have emotional satisfaction that's coming in for you. And the 3 of Wands is expansion and it's direction. You know exactly where you're going. So don't be worried about the 5 of Cups, this emotional, turmoil that you may feel from time to time, because I don't see that happening very often. It's just, every once in a while you'll feel some type of way about something. But this is anticipating the future, looking where you want to go, seeing the progress of something. It could be, you're broadening your horizons either spiritually or emotionally, mentally. Um, you're trusting in the path that you've chosen. You've climbed this summit, right? And you have plenty of wands left to go. You have many more mountains to climb, and that's just potential. And you're overcoming this 10 of wands. I feel that this is just a confirmation of what we saw earlier. This, you're overcoming it. You have overcome it. And you're going to keep moving in the direction, and if you have future issues with responsibilities, you're just going to mow them down. That's just what I feel. You're not going to let this 10 of wands bother you anymore because you have a plan and you're moving in the direction with confidence, with peace, with knowledge. And I think that's great for you. And we're going to further clarify, of course. I have 2 to 3 more cards to clarify the 4 of Cups, please, and the potential outcome. How they almost turn over and then they don't quite. The Justice card. Beautiful. Both of those. So we have the Tower, Justice, Tower, and the Ten of Swords, and then we have the King of Cups on the bottom. So the Justice card, to me, in this situation, is a karmic tie to something. Like you're finally realizing something that you should be doing. This is objection. This is cause and effect, balance, truth, fairness. And I think you're approaching whatever you're doing with all of those qualities. The Tower is a change. It's something that you don't see coming. This is really sort of taking a turn. I did not expect the Tower here at all, because you have the Ten of Swords. But I feel like this is also putting an end to whatever you were feeling back here too. This, all the Five of Swords that we had, that doubt, the worry, the concern. I think we're putting an end to it with this Tower. I do want to further clarify that, though. I feel like we probably should further clarify this Tower, please. Why is the Tower in this position? Why do we have the Tower here? Because you are meant to go through something. You are meant to go through a transformation because you have the Death card. This is divine. Everything that you've done back here was preparing you for this. Was preparing you for the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. And you have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. With the Hierophant. Tradition, structure. The 4 of Wands. This is like, okay. The 9 of Wands on the bottom is looking back like, I really got to carry all this stuff. No, you don't. You don't have to carry all this stuff. We've already figured that out. Stop doubting yourself. Gosh, stop it. Stop doubting yourself. You got this. Because everything you did back here was preparing you for this, your best life. The end of this worry, concern, heartache, pain, the burden of something. This is in your future. If you keep going down this path, you are going to hit this. You're going to hit this Tower moment. It's going to transform you completely, and you're going to be ready for it because you're going to have your best life here. We are going to pull a shadow card because I do want to see what we should be looking out for in the future when this comes up. Please have a, thank you, Temperance? This Major Arcana. This is a big transformation. I just have to tell you this. It's huge, okay? Huge. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune as your shadow card back here. And then you have your Four of Cups. Something coming in from the universe. Wheel of Fortune, something coming in. But figure out why you don't feel worthy. You have to figure that out. Get right with yourself. Get balanced. Get into alignment. This is going to be life-changing. Life-changing. Because you have the Temperance card as a shadow card. Okay? Temperance is about balance and moderation, trusting the process. This is like an alchemical reaction to something, okay? This is you standing in your power, This is a very powerful person who can make anything happen. But why are you doubting yourself? Is what I want to ask you. Again, sort of going back to this, why are we constantly doubting ourselves? I feel like we also have to avoid impulsive behaviors. That's kind of what I heard here. But this is a beautiful card in its own right. She is gorgeous. She's but she's in the process of creating something, and it takes time. So be patient. Don't be in a rush to, again, it's not going to happen overnight, but you keep working on the process. You follow your plan. You work on your shadow stuff. Why do I not feel worthy of these things coming in? Why, even though I've overcome so much, why do I feel still stuck in the past? So, what I'm hearing is be grateful. Practice gratitude every day when you wake up. Morning, when you wake up, you say 5 things you're thankful for. When you go to sleep, 5 things you're thankful for. And you keep doing that. Practice gratitude. Have patience because something amazing is coming in for you. Absolutely amazing. And if you found this by chance, this is your reading. If this sounds like you, this is what you have coming in because this is fantastic. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you and I just met you. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit, for presiding over this. I greatly appreciate it. All the wonderful messages that we have coming in. So please like this video. If you would like to subscribe, that would be great. You don't have to, it is not required. Leave a comment if you'd like. Again, not required, but I would greatly appreciate it. I would be very thankful. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time on Dream and Bone Tarot. Thank you.